All right, here it is. Hi everyone. Today we're going to be going over every Lego set that is exclusive to Lego.com or the Lego store. Sets you can only get in those two places. And we're going to be going over them in ranked order based on the star rating on Lego.com and the number of reviews these sets have. So they're going to be ranked in that order. I do want to touch on two quick caveats before we get started. So first, retirement lists can and do change. So some of these sets might drop off the retirement list. Some more sets might be added. So that's a possibility. We just don't know. And then the other thing is sometimes a set will start as a Lego exclusive and then Lego will go wide with it and it will appear in other stores. So that could also happen with these. But as of now, based on the sources I've read, these are the sets that are exclusive that are retiring here in 2025. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my top 3 that I'm going to be watching closely for investment. So here we go, let's get started. All right, so the bottom ranked set here is this Batman Brickhead. I'm going to tell you there's a lot of Brickheads on this list because most Brickheads are exclusive to Lego. This one is the Batman 8-in-1 figure. You can see you can make 8 different kinds of Batman with this. And the reason the reviews were so low is because Lego only put instructions for how to make one of the Batman in the box. And some people got really mad about that, and Lego said made it so you had to use their app. I get it. One of the reasons I like Lego as a hobby is because it doesn't require a screen, so making me go and get an app was frustrating. They did eventually come out with downloadable PDF instructions that you can print out. So that makes it a little better, but there's still only one set of instructions in the box. So these are the different 8 Batman that I'm going through now. I mean, it does look like it's nothing against the set itself. It's a lot of extra pieces if you only want to build one, although I suspect some people will want to get more than one. They might even want to get 8 of these so they can build all the different Batman. But this was the lowest ranked set. All right, on to the next was this one, the Orient Express Train. This is a $300 set. Great idea set. I actually really like the look of this one. 2,540 pieces, so a big set. Set number 21344. And you can see, I mean, this is a nice train here. So if you're interested in the source material, I think people like this one. And it had a relatively short shelf life for an idea set too. So not sure why the reviews were low on this one, but this was coming in second from the bottom. All right, next we have this one, the Imperial Dropship versus the Rebel Scout Speeder. This had a ranking of 4.5 stars and 61 reviews. You can see here, I mean, this one comes with this pink R2 unit figure, the QTKT. It's one of the 25th anniversary minifigures. You get 7 minifigures total, so it's great for army building. You get all these stormtroopers, all these Rebel Fleet troopers, and you get these 2 ships, which are kind of nice. And it's only $40. So this just seems like a pretty good win, but it's only a 4.5. So this was third from the bottom because it had 61 reviews. And then next up is the Diagon Alley, the Harry Potter set, the big one. This is a $450 set. It did have 232 reviews, which is why it was above the Imperial Dropship set, but it also had a 4.5 star rating. So this is a huge set, a lot of minifigures. You get all the different buildings for Diagon Alley. Next up is this one, the Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains Brickhead. This is a pretty cool set. I really like the General Grievous Brickhead, and you got Mace Windu in there and Palpatine. So this is a good collection of Brickheads. I wish they were coming individually instead of having to get all 5 at once, but still pretty cool set. This had 4.6 stars, and but it only has 10 reviews, and I think the reason for that is that it's brand new. So when this retires, it'll have a very short shelf life because it just came out. But looks like a pretty standard good Brickhead set. Now on to the next one, which is another Brickhead, the Man MK5 figure. Also looks pretty good. Pretty standard Marvel Brickhead Iron Man set. So this one only has 18 reviews, so not a ton of reviews for this one either. Next up, surprisingly, is this one, the Halloween Barn. This also had 4.6 stars, and it had 52 reviews. So this one must have been pretty popular last Halloween. I know I actually did a review of this one on the channel. Maybe I'll link to that in the description. Looks good as a little Halloween decoration, and it is also pretty good for play. You can open the doors and open the window. You get that big eye there. So I did like this one. And this is a pretty short shelf life too. Next up, another 4.6 stars. This one had 80 reviews. The Ninjago City Markets. This is just a huge set, but it's really cool. So yeah, this one has over 6,000 pieces. So still a pretty good deal at the $370 price point. Yeah, this is one to watch. And then next up we got ObiWan Kenobi and Darth Vader, another Brickhead set. This was a 4.7 stars and had 54 reviews. You get 2 of these classic characters. Next up is this one, the Land Rover Classic Defender, and I was kind of surprised to see this one had so many reviews. It has 101 reviews, 4.7 star rating. So this one must have sold pretty well. It just came out June of 23, so not too long of a shelf life. It'll be 2.5 years. And you can see it's just basically the yellow car, kind of a standard minifigure. It is unique to the set, but nothing too special about it. But it does have a ton of reviews and pretty good reviews. I guess it pairs well with this green Land Rover. So. All right, next up we've got these Love Bears. These little bears got 4.8 stars. There's only 13 reviews, but 4.8 is a pretty good score, even with that low review count. That's cute. You got your panda, you got your brown bear here. This is a nice little seasonal set. Not too much to say on that one. Next one, there's a lot of sets with 4.8 stars, and this one also had 4.8, the Tom and Jerry Brickheads. This is classic cartoon Tom and Jerry. I think a lot of people like these characters, so I could see this selling well, but there's only 22 reviews. You can see he can light his tail on fire. There's a nice little joke Easter egg for you. So this looks like a fun set. Next up, this one, Clone Commander Cody, has 55 reviews, 4.8 stars. This is a great Star Wars Brickhead, very popular character. This one I could see doing pretty well. I'll just skip to the next one. These are the Christmas Ornaments. 73 reviews on these. And these just came out end of last year, end of 2024. So these will have a pretty short shelf life, only 2 holiday seasons for these. Cheap set. Yeah, 13. You get these 4 ornaments. Nothing too special, but the short shelf life is interesting. Next up is this one, the London Bus. This is only a $10 set. It has 82 reviews, another with 4.8 stars. Nice little double-decker bus. And next up here, we've got Santa's Delivery Truck. This one edged out the other one with 115 reviews and 4.8 stars. Again, this one just came out at the end of 2024, so only 2 holiday seasons for this set. And it does have 115 reviews, which is kind of interesting. You do get this cool little elf minifigure. You get the truck with the tree and these nice details here. I like this set. I think this one could be a sleeper. Of course, you'd have to sell it around the holidays, but I think this one down the road might have some people wanting. And that's a pretty short shelf life. It's Lego exclusive. I would also not be surprised to see this one get extended or it go wide and show up in stores here at the end of this year. So we'll have to take a look out for that. But if it doesn't, it might be an interesting. All right, next up is this one, the Disney Castle, the giant 18+ Disney Castle, $400. It did have 159 reviews, 4.8 stars, and look at this thing. This is a really beautiful castle, I gotta say. Now, this is not the only Disney castle. They have made others in the past. This one has a little bit of a shorter shelf life. It came out in July of 2023. And it's got the fireworks. I mean, it got a ton of minifigures too. Yeah, here's the full slate of minifigures. So these is a lot of good reasons to like this one, but it is also $400. So that makes me a little worrisome. And then next up, Lion Knight's Castle. This is, of course, a classic. This is probably the best castle set that Lego's come out with in maybe a decade. Another expensive set at $400, but you do get 4,500 pieces. So that's not bad price per piece ratio, especially with all these minifigures. It is perfect for nostalgia. It's also anybody who is really into castles is probably going to want this one, because like I said, I think this is probably the best castle set Lego's made in maybe a decade. All right, next up we have this Wednesday an Enid Brickhead 2-pack. As you can see, it's actually on 30% off right now at the moment, and it does have 4.9 stars. So, but then again, that's only with 19 reviews, so not a ton of reviews on this one. It does look nice if you're into Wednesday. I could see people liking that. I just don't know if there's that big enough of an overlap with Wednesday and Enid and Lego fans that we're going to see people really going after this one after retirement. Next up here is Dumbo. I do like this one a lot. 23 reviews, 4.9 stars. Really good box art too. And the giant ears just work so well. And yeah, I do think this one could be interesting if the retirement date holds. It's one I could see picking up potentially. Next up, Iron SpiderMan, 31 reviews and also 4.9 stars. Another Marvel Brickhead Spider-Man, of course. Very popular character. Iron Spider-Man's a cool iteration of that, and this one I think would pair really well with the Iron Spider-Man bust that just came out. Next up is Potted Groot, which also has 4.9 stars. It has 49 reviews. This one, I like it. I think it's cute. You know, if there are definitely some Groot fans that are gonna like this set and want this set. Next up, this is the first set with a perfect 5 stars, but part of the reason for that is it only has 3 reviews. This is the Red Panda May. This just came out in February, which is part of why it only has 3 reviews, but that's long enough. You would think it would have a few more reviews. And I gotta say, I don't think this one is one I would really target for investing. I have seen the Turning Red movie. I think it's a good movie. I watched it with my kids, but yeah, I just don't know if there's enough of a fan base there that I would want to take a risk on this one. And then the last set, 5 stars and 5 reviews. So another one with just edged out Red Panda May. But so this is Captain America and Red Hulk, of course. Looks cool. I don't know if I like Hulk's arms here. I get you want to have the big arms because he's Hulk, but should be bigger than Captain America. I don't know if I like this one as much. That is the top set here. All right, before I get into my top 3, just real quick, I gotta say, obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving anyone financial advice here. These are just the 3 I'm looking at. All investing comes with risk. Lego investing is no exception to that. So do your due diligence. Don't spend more than you can afford. All right, coming in at number 3, of course, is the Lion Knight Castle. 347 reviews, and that is by far the most reviews of any of the sets on this list. Very popular among the hardcore Lego community, so this is one I could see having demand for a very long time. My only real knock against this one is that it's $400. And when you have a set that expensive with shipping and fees and everything, you would need to sell it really $600 or more before you started seeing real profit on a set, and sometimes that can be just a little bit too much of a risk for me. So I would need to get this on a discount just because I don't like to put that much capital into one set for investing. That said, I could see this getting to $600 pretty easily. I could see it going beyond that pretty easily, but I don't know. It's a lot of risk for one set, so that's why it's third. But I still like it. And especially if I can get a nice discount, or maybe Insider Weekend, I can sort of manufacture my own discount with GWPs and stuff. I consider getting this one. Next up in number 2, this one, the Clone Commander Cody. These Brickheads, exact opposite problem. It's a little bit too cheap at $10. It really needs to triple in value before you start to see a profit, just because shipping and fees just eats into so much of that. That said, what we've been seeing happen with these, especially the Star Wars Brickheads, especially popular characters, is typically after they retire, you can find them for $25, maybe a little bit more, and that's pretty good, especially if you can get this for $8 or so. you can double up. So if you can get a bunch and do that, you can make out pretty well. And then my number one set is, of course, this one, the Imperial Dropship and Rebel Speeder. It's just got a lot of things going for it. The value in minifigures is there with the minifigures alone, especially with this 25th anniversary figure. I know a lot of people are going to want to get all of the 25th anniversary figures. This is the only one that's exclusive to Lego. And these two ships are pretty nice. There's a nostalgia component because they are based on past sets, so adults are going to want these. This is also really good for kids. It's really good for army builders if you're looking for making an original trilogy army. So there's a lot of reasons to want this one. I don't think so. The Stormtroopers and the Rebel Fleet Troopers are nice. They're good minifigures, but you can find those in other sets. Even if they're unique, I think the parts can be pieced together from other sets. So there's nothing really special about them, but at the same time, great for army building. And Lego exclusive, so should be relatively low supply. So this is, one of my, I think, top sets for the year at the moment, if the retirement date holds, which I still think is a big if, because it just came out late last year. So that's it for today. If you do appreciate this research, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is your investing list different from mine? I'm always interested in hearing other opinions. So would love if you'd leave some comments for this one. I'm also planning on making more. I'm going to do a retail exclusive for every retail store exclusive set video coming up in the next couple weeks. So subscribe for that. And thank you for watching.